All right, so in this video, we're going to do word problems that deal with coins. So all of these word problems basically have the same structure. You're given a certain amount of money that's in a piggy bank, and you're told that the piggy bank is made up of only coins, and that the coins are only two types of coins. So they could be dimes and quarters or pennies and nickels, but it's only going to be two types of coins for the standard problem. And then you're asked how many of a certain amount of coin is in the piggy bank. So here we have Eddie has $5 in a piggy bank. The money in his piggy bank is made up of 23 coins, and the only types of coins in this piggy bank are dimes and quarters. Question is, how many dimes are in this piggy bank? So let's first make our variables. Okay, so our variables are D is the number of dimes in the piggy bank, and Q will be the number of quarters. Okay, number of quarters. If we had pennies in this piggy bank, we would do P equals the number of pennies. Okay, so now we can come up with two equations. First equation is that we know that there's 23 coins and that they have to be made up of dimes and quarters. So if we add D, or the dimes, plus Q, quarters, we'll come up with 23 coins in all, because the only coins that are in there are either dimes or quarters, and that's the only thing that's in the piggy bank. The other equation that we can come up with is using the fact that we know that each dime is worth 10 cents. So dimes, so all dimes are 10 cents, okay? In this problem, we're going to write 10 cents as this, $0.10, okay? Or just 0.1 for short. Quarters, we know, are worth 25 cents, okay? So quarters are 25 cents, and the way that we write that in math problems is $0.25, or just 0.25 for short. Okay, so this is how we can come up with our second equation. We want to come up with $5, because we know that there's $5 in this piggy bank, and it's made up of money that comes from dimes and money that comes from quarters. So let's figure out how much money is coming from dimes. So the way that we do that is we multiply 10 cents times the number of dimes. So if we multiply 10 cents times the number of dimes, we'll get the total amount of money that's coming from dimes. If we want to know how much money is coming from quarters, we know that each quarter is 25 cents, so we'll multiply 25 cents, or 0.25 times quarters. Okay, so 0.25 Q is 0.25 times the number of quarters, which will give us the number of quarter money. If we add the number of dime money plus the number of quarter money, we get the total amount of money in the piggy bank, which is $5, or just 5. Now we have two equations. We can solve these two equations through either elimination or substitution. It doesn't matter. I would recommend using a calculator for these problems because it can get a little tricky with the arithmetic. So you can use calculators on these coin problems in this class. So I'll use the elimination way. We want to figure out how many dimes there are, so let's eliminate the amount of quarters. So to eliminate the amount of quarters, I'm going to multiply this top equation by negative 0.25. And then I'm going to distribute over everything here. Now, negative 0.25 times D is negative 0.25D. Negative 0.25 times Q is negative 0.25Q. And then negative 0.25 times 23, this is where our calculator comes in handy, is going to be negative 5.75. All right, now I can add away. And negative let's see, I'm sorry, 0.1D added to negative 0.25D will give us negative 0.15D. Now the quarters cancel out when you add them together because 0.25 plus negative 0.25 goes to 0. And then we add the right-hand side, so 5 plus negative 5.75 is going to be negative 0.7, right? Now here's another case where our calculator comes in handy. We're going to divide both sides by negative 0.15 to isolate what D is. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 0.15, and it turns out that negative 0.75 divided by negative 0.15 is 5. So D equals 5. So 5 dimes is our answer. There were 5 dimes in this piggy bank. And if you were asked, which you weren't, how many quarters are in the piggy bank, since there's only 23 coins in the piggy bank and you know that 5 are dimes, then 18 of those coins must be quarters.